thought that was going to be complicated.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's been really awesome. I know we're gonna probably wait before we get too deep for a few people to show up and all that, but I appreciate you inviting me to come on here and just chat about magic, and definitely gonna talk about the ritual you did for me. I mean, that shit was badass to say the
Hell
least.
yeah.
I felt it, man. Like it definitely like I said, like I was working. I'll just go into it, dude. They're gonna have to go back and watch from the start. But Vipar, have you worked much with Vipar before? The Duchess?
Not much, I don't think. Very
Okay.
little.
Yeah, dude. Most people think she's for baneful things and stuff kind of along those lines, but like I saw her as a badass, like infantry, like lady on a ship dog.
That's
And
awesome.
and it wasn't just about like attacking and doing all that stuff that it talks about, but it talks more about like seeing a greater picture of things and learning more about your own protection and seeing a understanding the things that have more, I would say, like relevance and that really matter in your life versus the things that don't, just like really helping you become just a greater self-reliant individual. And yeah, she's someone wonderful to work with. And like as I was working with her, then you hit me up and you're like, hey, I just wanted to test a new help out and increase your baneful right abilities. Could I do that for you? And I'm like, holy shit, dude. I'm working with her, and then all of a sudden this opportunity comes up, and yeah, man, you did that ritual for me, and there was, as we talked before, and we were just gonna keep it on the low, but like, I've had my own shit like I've had to deal with, and looking into baneful rights and all that, and after you did that, it actually helped me just have a more calmness to me because it's
Yeah.
like all that shit I was trying to like I was executing in ritual and all that. When I had that go over me, it helped me be able to have no more doubt about what I've already done and double down on what I'm gonna do. And yeah, I've already seen it's only been I think like 2 days, and I've already seen a lot of things already being executed and synchronicities upon that type of magic which I performed, and just a lot of things that like today it was pretty crazy. I saw someone at the gym have to get the ER called on them, and it
Damn.
was crazy, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's plus that. I don't know, dude. Like that, there's such an energy, like when you really are psychic and like you feel all that type of emotion happen when those things happen. It was an intense situation, but I was like, damn, dude, like it's tapping into those synchronicities. And as I'm driving around, when I'm looking in my rearview mirrors, I'm always seeing big crows fly down in my rearview mirror. And like I don't know, bro. It's been fucking magical. And I can't say I've done tons more baneful stuff afterwards, but it's helped me feel in a place of ease about all I've done and a strength. And anytime I want to enter that flow and call forth just wrath and hatred, and not just out of like hardcore emotion, but the channeling of that psychically with that entity so they can actually take all that energy and then they do what they want with it. So, yeah, like if anyone's trying to enhance your baneful abilities, like for sure they need to check out that right that you're offering. And I thought it was just great that there's so many different spirits. Like I got to see the paper and like, man, you just put so much into it, dude. You use blood. Like people need to understand, like that is, I mean, that's a ton of energy. Like it really is. I don't know if for you, you feel like this when you do blood magic. Like, do you the next day feel a little more fatigued or not really?
It is kind of exhausting. I can't lie.
Yeah.
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 The reason I channeled that right, I channeled it for a personal friend who got severely abused. I won't name any names,
Yeah.
but imagine being force fed urine and nightshade.
Yeah, that's that's
Yeah,
it's
that's
dark.
fucked.
Yeah, it
That's
is
who I channeled
dark.
that for. I'm like, fucking kill that guy. Like, actually.
Yeah, and there was something too. Like sometimes you just have to find a way to just end that cycle. It's cutting the cord, and you don't, as you were saying before, you don't necessarily have to go after the person. You can just go after the situation. And most of the time, that's honestly what's the best, because you're not even trying to have that extra chaos, but sometimes a flea will be a fucking dirty little flea, dude, and you got to get the torch
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. People like that can be a pain in the ass.
Hey, do you want to see what's up to chat, dude? Thank you guys. I see a
All
few
right.
people
Yeah.
hopping in here. What's up, you guys?
I see Best Nov and Soul Witch and Lord Darkness and Mercurius and Ignis Perseverance. Persevering Fire. I think that means.
Uh, yeah, yeah. She said, or he said, I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't want to misjudge anyone here. VK, are you the only one who knows about Vola other than what you told me? I don't even know who that is. I have zero accountability.
I'm aware of who Resolva is. So basically, Lucifer,
Okay.
Noctulius, and the same higher being. That higher being is called Resolva. I haven't met him.
Oh wow, dude, that's crazy. It's like, all right, well, that's someone else I want to be able to add to the list because that sounds like a greater version. And at the end of the day, that's what's pulled me into the occultism. It's not even necessarily. I mean, it is the magic, obviously, but it's just the hidden, dude. It's like, let's find out the true energy source of what this is, and
Mm.
then find out all the other mythologies and all that, and line each thing up and really decode like what is the most authentic version of this energy, so then I can apply it. And plus, actually know true history versus the bullshit that they're telling you in the systems. And I know you're going to ask me a thing about the whole church and all that stuff. I could just go into that real quick. Um, as I was going into magic, I was also wanting to become an exorcist at a church. Like I want that, like thinking about going to priesthood and doing all that shit. So I would help out with RCIA, which is just like religious education. Dark blessings to you, my friend. And then there was like stuff to help out with the youth group, and then stuff to help out with college groups, and it's all this shit. And like they get really deep, other than like inside of a church thing, like expressing yourself and asking real questions, like the whole entire pyramids, like how did pyramids get made? And if there's actually a tax system that they have for all the quote slaves back in the Egyptian times, and people who actually got cash for what they were doing and they weren't slaves, and seeing how Moses was more of someone who started war and pulled people away from polytheism into monotheism, and just like really just looking in the deep cracks of history, like it brings more stuff to life. And they just did not go for that. That was like every group I'd go into, like they'd be like, all right, you can't start asking these questions. You're kind of getting too deep. The priests would get really upset with me. Kids would ask me questions about aliens, and then all of a sudden, adults are asking me questions about doing exorcisms. And I asked the bishop if I could be a part of like the roster, to where if like a situation came up in town, like, dude, I'll go there and like I'll get them to sign this contract to say, like, here's all the rights. And then they had like the church, like the top person at the church pulled me in the office and they're like, yeah, we're gonna have you stop doing that. You're gonna need to cut all that shit out. And so to me, it's like, dude, I'm trying to use all the gifts I've been given to help out and to go more, but instead I get ostracized. And that's, dude, that's the great thing about black magic. I can go work with an angel Work with the demon, work with the spirit of the Necronomicon, go work with the spirit of the abyss. Who gives a fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
let's
sure.
get the job fucking done. So yeah, like I don't know. That's why I pulled more out of religion and shit. But exorcisms actually is the thing that pulled me into magic in the first place. Like, just knowing that there's that other reality taking place on the other, like, just like here on the realm, like, dude, that's so fucking fascinating. Why wouldn't you want to go deeper in that?
Oh yeah, that that's crazy. You became the opposite of an exorcist.
Yeah, yeah, I really have been. I've been pulling stuff in and putting stuff there and there. But an exorcist technically is someone who can make contact with the spirit and make it move. So whether it's moving in the direction of my intention or moving out of a situation, which is also my intention, I guess an exorcist really is just one who works like you're an exorcist, dude. Because
Yeah, I've done exorcisms.
I mean, like,
Those are fun.
can you tell me a couple of your exorcisms, bro? I would love to hear this shit.
Yeah, gladly. By the way, just so
Yeah.
you know I have autism, right?
No.
Oh, now you do. Okay. So
Dude, not in my opinion. In my opinion, you make sense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I
no,
have
no.
maybe I have autism.
I know it makes sense, but I thought I should let you know that we usually kind of mask, hide our facial expressions, talk different, just to blend in.
Mm.
If you see if my facial expressions look angry, they aren't.
No,
I,
no,
I
dude.
still like you. You're doing really good.
No, we're doing good, dude. We're doing good, dude. Totally zero. Honestly, dude, zero worry. Like, I just, dude, you're an awesome dude. Like, I know, like, it's all freaking rocking. But dude, tell me, please, like, your exorcism experiences and what like spirits you use for that. Like, and did you have a contract too when you go to places, or did you just say nope? We're just getting into it.
So, what was the question about the contract? Contract?
Oh, no, no. So, have you like when you went and did exorcisms? Like, I wanted to hear about your experiences, and did you have to have them write like a waiver for you to be able to even do the exorcism? Who when you did it?
No.
Okay.
Um, there was no pact needed. Um, my first exorcism was this guy. He the thing possessing him and his mental illness had him on the brink of suicide. So when he was about to, do it,
Yeah.
he heard a voice from two Aztec spirits. Two. They said, "Yo, stick around. Don't die on us." Then he winds up around me and my people, and we're like, "Yo, you've got spirits possessing you, and you've got spirits I've got to exorcise." So I cast a circle around him, had him sitting in a chair. I didn't use the elements. I used the energy of our goal. I called on Akuman. To be clear, devas are dangerous. They're not like demons. They're not like anything, but they're really dangerous. It worked. He was a different person that day. Like, it was like watching Bruce Banner turn into the fucking Hulk.
Holy shit.
We My local people had this we all started with vampirism. That's what I started with. That's
Mm.
what I tell others to start with. Um That guy, once he was free of that possession, he vampirized the fucking town at once that night. He was like, "Ugh, ugh, 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 I'm taking in everyone." And he really was.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. But so he was able to break free of the thing that was keeping him in chains and binds. And then from there, he just went into town and empowering himself, just like hardcore.
He didn't even leave the apartment, bro. He was just vampirizing the whole city from the same room that I exercised him. He didn't need any. He was like, "This is how I'm feeling myself." Like, I don't know. It was crazy.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know I hadn't I mean that spirit in particular, I mean that sounds fucking intense. I don't know if I've even really worked much with divas, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they scare me.
so how isn't that a Hindu mythology such or is that
Close. I mean, Arimonic.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Same word though. Both.
Okay.
Yeah, the word diva got used in both religions, but they're quite different. I
Damn.
mean, the spirits of Ahriman. To be honest, those kind of scare me.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a gin that I'm empowering right now. It's
Oh
definitely
yeah,
got a different energy than demons. Like it's I don't know. It to me, it's got like this anime vibe of like a spirit, like that's like it's got like a scythe, and it's just like really chaotic. But like at least he's cool with me. You know what I mean? Like you're chaotic as fuck, but we're cool. We're
yeah.
cool.
The Jinn are different for sure.
Damn.
Um,
Someone's blowing up your stuff that might need to
yeah, I have to. Oh god, that guy still fucking lives. This is this keeps happening.
Dude, I know. I've seen situations like that happen. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, holy shit. Can we calm down like out in chat? Like everywhere, dude. There's always people who are so angry. And the truth of that and that I believe is if I get that's what you spend your time on, like then you really don't have any long term goals, and like you should really work on your long term goals. Like I'm for
Yeah,
real. Like quit. Like there's no hostility. Truth of the matter is you more need more long term goals. You can keep hitting, keep getting your dopamine going in your head by working out or doing something that's able to fucking give you that, and quit being a time wasting individual. There you go.
yeah.
It's seen.
He's been doing that for months, man, months. Not just to me, to my whole clique and
Oh
people
no.
I don't know for no reason.
You know what? I guess that's better than like repent now you sinner 1,000 times. Like at least that's got a little bit of class to it. You know,
Yeah,
he's saying some weird shit going on there. Now, this is a random question, but when it
yeah.
comes to Lilith and Nama, me personally, I have a more comfortable feeling with Nama than I do Lilith.
Mm.
And I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know your thoughts on that. And then also, have you ever worked with a succubus before?
Yes, I've worked with a lot of succubi.
Damn.
Um, so Neymar is Lilith's daughter. You know, traditional sources argue about whether she's a sister or a daughter, but Neymar is easier and less scary. Um, she's beyond amazing. She can really help you with nature magic if you want to learn the.
Yeah, and beauty. Honestly, she
Yeah,
really
that
can
too.
help out that. Like, dude, working with her, I learned more about health supplements that are just like good for your whole around body and shit. And like, she's like, take care of yourself. Like, that's all it is. You just take care of yourself. And that's how I felt, man. Like Nama has a lot more of a nurturing, sexy MILF energy. I'm just gonna say it for what it
Go
is.
ahead.
And then, Lilith has more of that intensity. Like I feel like I'm more cordial with Lilith, and then I can be more ridiculous with Nama, but still with respect, But there
Of
is
course.
definitely that. But yeah, dude, how did you, if you don't mind me asking about your succubus experiences? That's something I've never actually experienced at all, and I don't know. Recently, it's been like, holy shit, dude, that's like honestly, that's probably next level shit for real.
Yeah. So I used to have really severe intimacy issues. So,
Mhm.
like, basically, if I wanted to fuck somebody casually, I would straight up get scared and make an excuse to leave if they wanted it. I'm
Damn.
like, yo, I really need help. I need to be more desirable to women, right?
Yeah.
And I called on Aphrodite. I'm like, yo, please, please find me the friend with benefits that's right for me, right?
Yeah.
It was really bad. I'm not exaggerating, but the succubi they did make me like pretty much irresistible. I can get like just about anybody I want now.
Holy shit. Have you had sex with the succubi and shit?
Yeah, sort of.
Wow. See, that's the experience that's like next, like they feel, because I know JS's video from like 5 years ago. He talks about, like at the end of his bed, he felt a body sit down on and then her crawl across the bed and such. And that to me is like, dude, that's like next level shit, dude. Like I've seen some cool shit. I've seen the omens. I've had the crazy like voice. I've had a lot of great shit, but I've never had something on that level. Like that to me is like a whole new world. Don't you
um,
dare close your eyes. Uh,
yeah.
but
That as for that, um, it comes with a spiritual energy exchange.
yeah.
Like there's like a mark in your body forever. Sometimes it's hard to find the right type of demon to do that with.
Mm.
I'm gonna recommend a demon named Kurgasiax.
Ooh. So where? How do you spell that? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm gonna DM it to you right now.
Okay, all right, that's start. I'll look into that, dude. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
I've never actually heard of that spirit either, and that's something too. Like I definitely been trying to break out my typical box. Like the Goetia, I do feel very comfortable with. Like really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which spirit it is, because after you work with the kings, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'll read also if there's anything in the chat too. You have some big balls being able to admit something like this, yard. Okay. Heck yeah, Latin. Let's go. What meditation should you do once you have a Nazala/chakra unification center? But you could really do anything you wanted. Morgan 9966. You could do the O mantra, just saying "Oh" and destroying your blocks. That's from EA Wedding, and focusing in on your chakras as you're doing that. And that could be a great way to just be able to have all those activated and pushing out and destroying any obstacles. But really, once you have all of your chakras open, I mean, I just feel like any mantra you do, when you channel all those chakras through, so it's not just your voice, but it's your whole expression of being, is going to help kick some ass. And honestly, I'll give you all one right now. Ki ma zo la ko goza go go. And if you just say that shit over and over, and you're either running, lifting, or trying to just like sit in meditation and get rid of some bullshit blockage that you've been feeling around you, just say that shit over and over and embody that shit. And if you want to get like extra into it, bang on your chest while you're saying that, and you will fuck up your obstacle. That's all I'm gonna say. But hell yeah.
Yeah. That mantra was powerful. I heard that.
Hell yeah, dude.
I
Yeah.
sent you a link on Instagram for Kurgasiacs.
Thank you. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, is that some is that like the son of Lilith or who is that?
That's one of the 22 archdemons of the Tunnels of Set. They are underrated. But I heard you mention knowing how to work with the Goetic demons.
Hmm.
The demons of the Tunnel of the Set, they're the same way.
Okay. Well, that's
But yeah,
that's a comfortable feeling. You know, now Necronomicon spirits I feel like are currents of power. Now certain spirits have more of a fit like a physical lockdown in my experience with them, but certain other ones like feel like a mist. You know, it's just like a power you're tapping into and then you're pushing it outwardly. That I've experienced. So yeah, hearing about that, like, and I've also not worked with the Loa. That's Jin I've worked with, which Jin and the Goetia. I mean, Jin are definitely different, but
yeah,
they're very similar along those lines. And angels seem like a computer software program. That's the only way I can say it. It's like, all right, they're coming, and this is what that program does, and it does its stuff, and then it leaves. But I do know there's certain spirits that you can go back deeper with. Like I know people mentioned Raphael and his ancient spirits, like Mesopotamian. I couldn't say who that spirit is, but you know, once again, like that's another thing. Like, why would I not want to know what that original current is? So
mm,
the occultism, once again, like you find out one thing and you want to hop and find out the next.
yeah. I can't recommend working with Loa.
Yeah.
That that's different. You see, you can find really good information about demons online and in books, but that's a closed practice. You would be winging it with foreign spirits. I can't recommend it. I don't
Mm.
do it. Never did.
Yeah, and that's so I hear that they're a lot more like let's not get it fucked up. I'm cool with cracks. I'm cool with this and that, but they're more. There's more psychic phenomenon working with them. Is from what I've gathered and researched, and that's what's kept me back. Like, I don't want my dishes breaking. I don't want the temperature increasing, getting really hot, and constant offerings. Like if I want to do an offering, yeah, but like they want constant offerings from the research I've done. So it's just like I don't know, it's a lot more intensive continual work, like once they're in, like they're in, and I don't know, there's definitely a feeling. It's like a feeling of me not wanting like and it's not even necessarily about worrying about waking up in the middle of the night and seeing one like that, but it's just more of I'd rather do my work and express that energy outwardly and like I'm good. I do my offerings and then the ritual's done versus all right, I just woke up. I better get that plate of cookies on that altar immediately.
Yeah. Uh, I really wouldn't recommend trying to summon the Loa. It's possible, but for if
Mm,
you, it is possible. That's all I can say. Like I've seen satanic people just self-initiate into voodoo, and I've
Yeah.
seen them get real results, but the risks really increase. If that makes sense.
No, that totally makes sense. And that, I mean, that is a general bit of information I would just tell everyone, and I guarantee all of you already know this, but if you start working with these spirits, so much of your hidden aspects are brought to light, as well as your shadow work is thrown in your face. And you really can't hide from it because these spirits just bring it about in so many different ways that it gets shown in your face to such a deep level that it's honestly sometimes it almost feel like you're living in a movie, the amount of omens that occur and such.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're not willing to put in the fucking work and also understand the output and input of energy, no matter what it is, because I've done sacrificial rites, I've done rituals with a shit ton of radionic boxes, I've done rituals with my own blood, responsibly with a lancet. Um, that I've seen like no matter what the desire is, sometimes you have so much you need to learn in that working and the reason why you're doing that working in the first place that it doesn't matter how much input of energy you put into it because it still needs to play out in your evolution. So black magic also like you're going to be learning about your shadow work, but you're also going to be learning things that help you evolve as a person for even later down the line. So it's not just a microwave for success. It's like a deep change of your internal roots to make you a greater person for absorption, for education, and bettering yourself. So yeah, that's just there you go. And that's in the weeds. I'm in the weeds, but that's where we're at. And I
No,
love
no,
the
that's good.
couch, dude. He's got the couch as the background. Everyone
Yeah.
shout out to the couch, bro.
Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, you were right about everything you said. Um, that shit, look, it changes you in abrasive ways. It's unpleasant sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certain types of demonic transformation, they're very fun and uplifting immediately. Some are hurtful in a good way. Like you start to see the value in them. Just
Mm.
takes a minute.
And that's, if anyone at the beginning of this live, I was talking about Vipar, and that's really exactly what she showed me. It was a hard thing, but also it put into perspective the things that really matter and the things that do not matter. And sometimes just having that reflection about whether it's time wasted emotionally, physically, whatever the fuck it may be, and accepting that and healing from anything of quote wasted time because you realize it was helping develop you and push you on a greater track towards success. And that's really what these spirits do. I mean, they really do that. And sometimes it is painful. You're like, wow, was I wasting time on this or whatever the fucking whatever excuse you want to put on the plate, and they can help you not only like get rid of that excuse but forgive yourself for putting down an excuse because honestly most of the time we're limiting ourselves, like really whatever it may be.
That's true.
It could be your fucking health, it could be your addiction habits and shit. And so that's really why I love working with these spirits because the word accountability is like on the top apex of every single day, like I'm going to be taught the lesson because I have this gateway open. But I'm the one that opened it, so like you have the responsibility for your own actions, but also like this is a powerful life-changing world. And I
Yeah.
know like you said earlier off when we were offline, like in 10 years how much you've changed as a person. It's like really to a DNA level, really.
Yeah.
I don't
There was
I oh, go ahead.
I've gotten empowerment services from people. There was
Mhm.
one dude, I asked him to call on Tiamat, Absu, and Kengu. It literally, it felt like he was personally rewriting my DNA.
Ooh,
It
that's
was
cool.
wild.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, my facial structure changed when I started working with the spirits. Like, when I was 21, I looked like I was 40 years old, and how old I am now, I don't look it. Like, not at all. And I don't feel it. I feel like I'm 18 years old. Like, and I truly attribute that to all the information the spirits have given me for taking this, eating this, do this, but also just having their energy encoded in my DNA.
Mm.
It's crazy, man. So if you guys want to change your DNA, Satanchi, shout out to Satanchi. Check him out because
Yeah,
like
for sure.
he's so, dude, he's the motherfucker bringing the fire. That's all I can say. He can push
Yeah,
your body.
he's wild. Um, he originated as Chia. He how do I put it? He was a goddess of the Muisca, pre-Columbian.
Hmm.
They got conquered by Catholics for no reason.
Holy shit. So that's its true energetic face is actually feminine because I always see a 7 foot tall, fucking orange as fuck, red eye, like orange and red eyes, beast with this fur coat on and this horned helmet. The most masculine fucking being. Like Satanchi reminds me of Belial, but you're saying that that's actually uh a divine feminine spirit. That's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, but
Damn.
every demon can switch genders. Um, basically, including Lucifer, Azazel, they have female aspects. Lilith has a male aspect.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess we all do as people though too. I
true.
mean, to that sense, you know, I know the masculine is more prevalent in myself, but that feminine in the sense of understanding and taught like hearing and also feeling emotion, that is the divine feminine. So I do think that you have to have that shit balanced. So the Baphomet does make sense. Like the
Yeah,
whole thing with it does make sense. Now, I'm not really here to say cut off that, do this, that, and the other, but I know energetically it makes sense to me. But you know, some people it gets. I don't know. Everyone can enjoy their journey. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy your fucking journey.
fair enough.
If you guys have any questions, also throw that down here. Do y'all working straight towards the Kapoth and avoid Tree of Life?
Nah, it depends on the practitioner. Um, I initiated through the whole Sephiroth and the Cliffoth. Some people they just need to do the Sephiroth. That's all they need. For me, I needed both.
Mm. You know, I never actually did any of those. That's also something else I definitely didn't do. And I know that that in and of itself is it's a current of different energies that you're going to become someone new by going into each of those cycles. And so, yeah, that's just I don't know. That's some intense shit, man. I mean, I like that shit, but yeah, I've never did any of that. Did you find it to be really just like a a great asset on your path?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Cliffoth in particular.
Mm.
Um, it made me non-racist It made me a better friend. It taught me the power of true love. It was really wild.
Wow. Damn. I'm gonna actually have to check that out. I actually have
Yeah.
to look into that. Yeah, because I know that in of itself is another working, and I'm always about going through those different transformations. That's for sure. Dude, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hail the bar. Hey, I'm gonna shout out real quick, everyone. If you haven't already checked out on jsgarrett.net, coming up in April, towards the end of it, we're having a boot camp with EA, JS Garrett, and myself. And it's gonna be a really badass time. The last time was fucking incredible, and there was so much just camaraderie, just like people being able to take their magic to the next level, as well as just like breaking off into groups, doing your own specific intention, and then all of our group rights together. Like honestly, dude, like having a ton of people together with the same intent in one place. Besides when you go to church, you know what I mean? But that's you giving your energy for no reason versus an actual energetic right. And it's some beautiful stuff. So yeah, if you haven't already checked that out, like go to jsgarrett.net, take a look at that, and we're really excited for this one, and we have a few slots left. So definitely check that shit out. 100%.
Yeah. Sam, I agree. Um, I know JS got his. He basically started with going to weddings
Mm.
last stream.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, dude? I went out there about 6 months before I dropped Blacklight Alchemy on Bog. And that's really where like I took all the stuff I learned and all the extra stuff. Like I was just hanging out. Like we were having a blast, but then we'd get into some crazy magic and shit and then go to, have our conversations about it. And it really did help anchor things for me, just going out there. And even if it's not this Obsidian boot camp, having that time on that land and being able to do all the things that you need to accomplish it. And his temple's got an energy to it. Like it really is something super potent. And also, like when you're really tapped in with the black magic, it feels comfortable and energizing. But like we had a Christian there, and I'm not going to mention any names, but he showed up, and as soon as he walked in there, he was like knocked out, like drooling, like he couldn't handle the energy inside of the temple there, and it was really crazy, and like the uncomfortability that person felt there. So you know that the shit's anchored out there, and like you said, JS went there and he took his shit to the next fucking level. He's out there doing the right deification for people. Which, dude, have you had that right done for you?
Yeah.
Did you feel that shit, man? Like that's like a battery plugged into your spirit, dude.
Yeah. It felt like being fucking resurrected.
Yeah. Ooh. Dude, it definitely pulls away. I don't know, man. Like I felt just like I said, like as I've gotten older, having certain rites done for me, I feel younger, and like that's one of the rites. And also, you had a ritual you did for me when I was going through a kind of a cold. And do you still have that rite online? Do you know what rite I'm talking about?
Yeah. The healing one.
Yes. So, dude, that shit, I was having a lot of problems, respiratory problems. And you did that ritual for me, and it like changed how my whole entire internal system works. And so I from that moment on, I hadn't had any problems sleeping. I hadn't had any respiratory bullshit. And it was honestly once again like a synchronicical event. Like I felt like shit, and you're like, dude, I got this ritual I can do, and then next thing you fucking know, like the whole DNA system gets rearranged. I know a Graves was one of the spirits. I might have said his name wrong, but yeah, dude, like that was a super powerful experience for me, dude. Like that to me was like a right deification specifically made for like changing my DNA sequence on how my immune system worked. Like it was some crazy shit.
Yeah, it was wild. Um, so what I did was that ritual is still experimental. Let me grab the thing.
That's good. Dude, that's all the fact you said it's experimental is already cool as shit. I'm gonna answer this question really quick.
Sure.
ONGWD last thing virgin. Did y'all do anything cool for the recent blood moon? I will tell you, I opened up a gateway with my radionics box and my own personal temple for Lapar's energy to be released in all the aspects of my life that needed her attention and allowing her to do what she must. And that actually helped realign me in understanding the things that were really priority in my life versus secondary. And plus, it's her being a fucking badass who brings out the sea monsters when they need to come. Like she's the bell to bring the kraken forth. And so I thought that like the blood moon plus opening up an ocean of quote blood anywhere it needed to be would allow her to be able to bring her abyss sharks out and take care of what needed to be done. So the blood moon ritual was turned hail the par.
Good. Go on.
And do you guys know if there's anything more potent personal way to go about reversing one's baptism? I honestly feel like there's something that's hindered my ascent. You know what? The
Sure.
reverse baptism by J.S. Garrett. That's one thing I know people have specifically used to have helped them out with their hindrance I'm feeling with their Christianity. Um, you could ask Satan for sure for assistance and Belial if you're going about doing it yourself, especially Belial, I would recommend because he's going to help you see why those chains are there and then for you to eliminate them and that'll help out very deeply. So I would say if you want to like really go after that, do that or check out JS Garrett's right on his site jsgarrett.net. Either both of those routes are going to do it. Belial, my first time calling him, definitely kicked my ass though. I'm just gonna say that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Just
definitely
so
put me in my
he's
place.
carrying. For what?
Oh, he put me in my place. That's all I can say too. Like, I felt weak after I left doing my first ritual with him before. Like, and even my second one I did with him. It's like I walked away like, dude, get your shit together before you call him again. It's like the uncle that tells you the truth, no matter how bad it hurts.
Yeah, yeah. It's some demons they feel like they want to be summoned from a place of strength.
Yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah, being desperate doesn't really help out too much. Sometimes it does, honestly, but not really. Like if it's desperate out of your desire, but you don't feel like a wussy going up to the spirit, then yes. But if you're begging and they're like, "Oh, take my soul, do all this," like you're a fucking idiot. Like
Yeah,
I'd rather take a little bit of blood than your soul, you fucking moron.
yeah, that's true.
Damn. Nick Nelda, who would win in a fight, Chuck Norris or Crocodile Dundee? Damn, dude, that's a deep question.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, come on, look at the fucking cowboy hat. He's gonna take care of some business. Like he's.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw what he can do. I wouldn't want to put magic on him because he's doing magic for sure.
true.
Let's see here. From here. Boy, Matt, from your perspective, how does the death of the body influence the spiritual slash soul? I ask because my parents got my dog cremated, and I am worried they destroyed his soul and made it impossible to make. No, no, no. Your soul,
Yeah.
your soul can't be destroyed. And even your personal connection with your dog. I actually have ashes of my dog, and I got the fur from my dog before she was cremated, so I can clone her down the line. But you having that personal connection, if you're opening up that gateway and even still seeing that dog in your psychic vision, and just giving love that way, and you can even give offerings to your dog if you wanted to. But that dog's spiritual presence is still going to be there. And astrally, it's probably doing the same things it was doing while it was alive. And you just have to see it and sense it. But I wouldn't worry so much about the destruction. Your soul's not going to get destroyed because your body turned to ash. I almost want to go to Ash when I go, but and Ash on a ship going out to sea like the Vikings. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I have no experience with animals, but necromancy, it really it breaks the rules.
I don't even know. I mean, I work with Santa Morte, but necromancy is a current. I don't know if I've worked deep with it. I mean, Duchess Bune kind of has that necromantic energy on her, but I've not really done much, honestly, with necromancy, man. Is it? I mean, that might be something else I should look into.
It's dangerous. Don't try to summon people you cared about.
Oh, is that like? Damn, I don't know. I don't even know. I think about my dad or doing something like that, but I've had dreams where I've had like certain old past influences in them, and they were actually very disappointed in the spiritual systems that I've went down. And I'm like, is that really them? Or is that just the freaking program of the Matrix while I'm sleeping trying to go at me doing some bullshit? So that's why I wouldn't want necromancy because I feel like my dreams would be fucking off of charts.
Yeah. I gotta recommend this. Start by summoning the ghost of the witches before you. You know you're a witch, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Summon
it
the ghosts of witches before you.
mm.
Then go to your ancestors. Then go to the dead in general. They're dangerous.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I feel that too. I feel like your soul to be able to would have to learn so many lessons, and it might not get all done. I think magic super dries the lessons which you're learning, so it's less lives you're gonna have to live because you're learning so much more. But it takes more than one life to be able to have your spirit experience all it needs to be able to ascend forth. It just makes the most sense to me, honestly.
The astral planes are not limited by time. If
Mhm.
someone has already reincarnated, you can still summon their ghost. You can,
Okay.
yeah. Be
'Cause I
careful with be careful with that.
Well, I'm just thinking like if you're able to summon someone's ghost and it's like a magician, but yet they've reincarnated, that I guess that would mean each life can make an anchor point. That kind
Yeah,
of dude, that sounds like a fucking video game. Actually, thinking about that, like I got all these anchor points because there's lots of people now who like I'll have dreams or like I'll see visions of how I knew them in previous lives, and this life itself it feels like it's so many compounds of that exact same different people and different lives that overlay. But, it's telling that person that that's how you feel sometimes makes them give you kind of a weird look, I'll tell you that much. But being real, you know what I'm saying? Like, on this spiritual path too, doing black magic and stuff, I feel like you just become so authentic that you just are so real and upfront that it does pull away the people who are, I'm not gonna call them fake, but I am gonna call them plain. All the plain Janes are not gonna be existing in your life if you do black magic. That's a fact. That's a big
Yeah,
fact.
that is a damn fact. By the way, um, hear me out. It's possible to summon your own ghost from the future, but it's not fucking safe. It is very, very not safe.
Mm.
And I'm going to figure out how to do it safely one day.
Is that because you're calling forth energy and decay? And because you're calling that forth, you're basically subjecting that energy onto yourself. So physically, it becomes more decay on your energetic body.
I don't know. Like, necromancy in general is dangerous. Like, the death energy does cling to you and harm your body, but this is different. You would be summoning a ghost from the fucking future. You aren't just taking on the risks of necromancy, you're taking on time travel.
Damn.
Yeah.
So then you're getting, yeah, because I feel like there's spirits that are overlords of that realm in and of itself too. So you're getting them involved in shit.
Yeah, there are.
Mm.
Make sure you
Yeah.
have a good relationship with them.
See, that's the thing, dude. It feels like a computer simulation because, like, when I would play video games growing up, I'd always try to find the cheat codes and stuff to be able to like hack the fucking game so I can just get all the shit, this, that, and the other. And I feel like that's how this realm is too. But there are sometimes these different eyes, these overlords who can see that shit, and then they can try to deflect it. But that's like why you have to have endurance when you do magic. So it's like you just keep making your shit happen and then also bypass that programming. But it definitely is a hard programming. And that's why when you wake up spiritually, the waters can get rough because it's not just you seeing things for what they are, but it's also the overlords like, oh shit, we got another one breaking out.
Yeah. They're like that. Um,
So I'll literally be right back. I'm gonna rock a piss, but I'll be literally right back after these brief messages.
Go ahead.
And I'll take a few shots. Shout out Vipar once again. We're turn out here. If anyone has any questions, please drop them in the chat, dude. And yeah, bro, what got you into black magic? Like, what really just like got you to just get so exploratory and testing things? Is it frozen? Hang on. It might be frozen. Can you guys see what's up? All right. Explain what's going on in the chat, if we could. That would be solid on their end. All right. So, like, can you see me moving right now, or am I not even moving? In that case, I'm going to keep going. Fix the stage is the right thing. Host left. All right. So, is this still live? Okay. All right. So, let's see if he can come back. I guess we're gonna just keep going. Transferring knowledge through yeah, he is. He's straight up transferring knowledge through telepathy. Yeah, we'll see what can happen. All right, well, what's up, everyone? L the Alchemist here. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop them down below. It really is an honor to talk with VK. This has been a blast, and like I said, he has that baneful right and that healing right that he did for me, and like straight up the both of those rituals like helped me out tremendously, and I just wanted to like straight up give thanks to him for doing that for me. And um yeah, like he's a real dude, he's straightforward, and like his website's badass as shit. So that's all I can say is